Well, my name is Olga Tumruk, and I'm the head of Moldova e-governance agency. I work here since September 2021, so I have the privilege to lead an absolutely great team that is working day by day for increasing the number of public digital services. Maybe to say a few words about our agency. We were created back in time in 2010 when our government understood that he can have more opportunities and more benefits related to the use of technologies and innovation. So we started our work with the support of the World Bank. It was a project named Government e-Transformation, and with the support of World Bank, we started the digital transformation of our country. So we worked a little bit on developing the e-governance infrastructure and ecosystem, and now we are using all these developments and shared governmental services in order to boost the number of digital services and to increase the accessibility of public services. Our project that we applied with at the WSIS prize was Front Office Digitization Platform. This is a platform framework that is built on actually all what was developed in 10 years of our activity here in Moldova. And I will say it like that. We as an e-governance agency and as a government, we have as a main objective to increase service accessibility and to ensure that our citizens and businesses from here, from Moldova, but also those that are abroad, can access at any time they want the services that they need. In order to do this, of course, we needed to start a big effort for digitization of public services. And we started, as I said, by developing the components and the prerequisites that are mainly shared by all information systems and all digital services. These are components that now we are using as building blocks when developing a service, and these are the following. We have a service, for example, for authentication and access control that is available for everyone through API. We have a service for signing documents. It can be also integrated through APIs to a system or service in order to sign documents with qualified digital signature. We have a governmental payment gateway that ensure the collection of financial resources through all the means that are available, starting from cash and finishing with crypto-monnets and so on and so forth. We have a data exchange platform that enables us to reduce documents and actually exclude documents and substitute them with qualitative real-time data that is needed for provisioning of service. We have governmental service that is responsible for logging the business events that are relevant or important when accessing the service, a notification service, a delivery service. So these all are building blocks that form the eGov ecosystem that can be reused when developing information systems. And during the time, we were always recommending to service providers to reuse them in order to develop digital services. But due to different reasons, it didn't work, or I would say that it worked hard, because for this kind of integration, even if they are very simple, even if they are based on open standards, in any way it requires specific knowledge. That is why we were thinking what we can do more for the service providers to help them more their journey for digitalization of public services. And we started to work on this platform that would help service providers to digitize their interaction with the beneficiary. So this platform is a kind of low-code platform that is a library of components that can be again reused to digitize and to improve the communication with the beneficiary. And on the other hand, it is already integrated with all eGov shared services that I mentioned before, and it really reduces the time to transpose a service from its analog form to the digital form. In the same time, I have to mention that when digitizing public services, we are also considering the re-engineering, the simplification of these public services. We have a re-engineering methodology in place that was approved by our government and that we need to follow. We need to transpose into life that principles that are written down in the methodology. And the front office digitization platform is the technical instrument to respect those principles. So to, for example, not to request to upload a scanned document, but to replace this step with a web service that will provide data from administrative resources. Or to collect the fees for the service through the payment gateway. So in other words, the FOD platform is a framework that help to improve the communication with the beneficiary. It is integrated with all eGov shared service and with the back office of the service providers. It really reduced the time because, and we understood this from our experience. I will give you an example. On our association with European Union agenda, we had a task to digitize at least 30 public services. So in less than 9 months, we succeeded to digitize 35 public services, complex public services, and including a fully functional information system like for electronic apostille also was developed based on this platform, FOD platform. FOD platform is a technical solution based on it we are digitizing public services, and I will give you the name of the service that we're digitized. These are services related to civil status. For example, I can apply for electronically to receive duplicate of my marriage act or my birth certificate. I can apply now electronically to have this document in electronic format sent into my personal cabinet. Or I can also apply for cadastral real estate services. When selling or buying real estate, we need an extras from the registry of real estate registries. And in order to obtain these extras, I apply now electronically, and this service also was digitized based on FOD platform. Another very popular service in Moldova that was digitized also based on FOD platform is the criminal record. This service now is available in electronic format, so I enter a web page, I introduce my data, I know, for example, my name, my surname, and I can select that I need this document in English, in electronic format, and with an apostille on it. After paying the fee, I will receive this document in electronic format in my personal cabinet. Or if I need it on paper, and for example, to be delivered somewhere in France, I also can select this option, and I will receive the document in paper format with the apostille on it and deliver at the address that I indicated when selecting this option. So the services that were digitized based on FOD platform are the most popular and most requested service in Moldova. And this was our logic, actually. We had an horizontal review to understand what services in Moldova in general we have, and from that ones we selected the most critical ones or the most popular ones that are most requested by our citizens or businesses, and started from those ones in order to make them available in digital format. The data, the statistics, they are showing that the services are used, and the feedback that we receive from the beneficiary is a very positive one, meaning that we are on the right way. Another benefit of using FOD platform is having a seamless approach within all these services. So in all the services that are digitized based on FOD platform, we are trying to implement the user-centric approach. So we build the service starting from the point of view of the beneficiary, and we're trying to simplify his experience. And this gave us a standardized approach for public services and a friendly experience for our beneficiaries. First idea that comes to me is, for example, related to the extras from real estate registry. Before, we had this option to apply electronically, but the interface was very, very complex and hard to navigate. Now, first, we have a very user-friendly interface that is intuitive and is easy to introduce and to upload all the information and to request the service. But the most important change that we have is that the output of this service extras from real estate registry is now available in electronic format. Before that, we could apply only electronically, but after that we need to visit the service provider in order to get the paper format extras. Now I have it in electronic format with all the elements in order to verify the authenticity of that document, and I can submit it further to the one that the partner or the notary. I can send it in electronic format. So I really optimized my time, and I can better use the time that I have because I'm not now forced to have this visit at the service provider. For the criminal record, during the last year we had over 100,000 requests, and we even made a mathematic, and we understood that by digitizing completely this service, that I'm not required to go anywhere, not at the Ministry of Interior, nor at the Ministry of Justice for the apostilla. So I can do all this from my computer. I have an economy of this number of 100,000 of requests per year, over 10 million working hours per year. So I think that this is really impactful because we have user-friendly interfaces. It is more convenient for the citizen, but in the same time, it is qualitative data for the service providers, and it is an efficient and modern interaction with our beneficiaries. We are preparing tutorials to explain how to access and what button to push, but at the same time we have a broader initiative in Moldova. We call it Unified Centers for Public Service Delivery. We create this kind of centers in partnership with local public authorities, and the mission of these centers is to assist, guide the population from small rural areas that are removed from the capital to access digital services. So the citizens from the village where this center is open, but also those from the neighborhood, they can visit the center from that local public authority, and they can request assistance. It is a service for those that are really not familiar with technologies, with computers, and we have there a specially trained specialist that knows the interfaces of the public services, and they can guide or even assist, so they can apply together for a service. And in this way, we are touching two objectives. The first one, of course, is to help the person to request a service, to apply for the service, and to have the output of that service received. But in the same time, we are talking also, we are also working for developing the digital skills, because once the person is guided to perform an activity, he is also developing his skills in using computers and digital services. So we are working in two directions. Of course, information materials related to a complete service, describing step by step how to access a service, video materials, but also this initiative of unified centers for public service delivery. Well, our government set for us a very ambitious target by the end of 2024 to have 75% of public services for the businesses available online. So we have a lot of work to do, because 75%, this is a lot. So for sure, we will concentrate our activity to reuse the platform, the front office digitization platform, to increase the number of public services for businesses. And this would be already more transactional services. So it's not only about an extras from a registry, but also such services like transactioning a real estate or registering a car. That would be interaction between two individuals and a governmental agency, or even other entities like notaries. So definitely our objective is to reuse as much as possible the platforms in order to provide more benefits for our citizens and businesses, and to increase the number of digital services, because we do not have to forget that a third of our population is abroad, and services in traditional provided in traditional manner is not an option for them. Our diaspora, even if they're living abroad, they still have goods, relatives, and legal interests here in Moldova. That is why we need to provide as much services as possible available in digital format in order to grant the access to public services, including for them. Well, of course, this was a big event for us as a team, but also for us as a country, because it is actually a recognition of not only front office digitization platform, but it is a recognition of all our activity from 10 years now. Because, as I said, front office digitization platform is built on all the eGov ecosystem that we've been working on for 10 years. In Moldova, this was a very good, a well-received recognition. This helped us to strengthen the dialogue with service providers, because we as Moldova e-government agency, we are not providing services, we are helping service providers to digitize their services. And now in our dialogue and cooperation with the service providers, when explaining them the model of the digitalization process, And referencing also to the prize that we've been awarded, of course, they are more trustful, and they really encourage us to start the work as soon as possible. Our Ministry of Economical Development and Digitalization also is very supportive, because in the end it is indeed an international recognition of a digitization model that now we are heavily reusing. So I wanted to thank once again the whole team that is behind the WSIS prize, and to thank for understanding our model and for valorizing our efforts in this regard.